Yo, what's going on, dudes? HK Titan here with a brand new video for you guys, and in today's video, we are going to be taking on another new game mode, and that game mode is Boss Rush. So I'm not exactly sure what to expect with the Boss Rush, but it should be pretty interesting because I think we're going to have to be taking on a lot of bosses. So the first thing we're going to do is, of course, we're going to start off with our Benjamin. So we'll place our Benjamin probably in the very back here, that way he doesn't get in the way of farms. And then let's also start off with our free Dart Monkey. Now, I do have the Reforge mod on as well, so I am going to be reforging my Dart Monkey to start off with. That way we don't need to worry about like wasting money on grabbing some more towers. So the Dart Monkey I'm going to choose to go with is I'm going to go with the demonic Dart Monkey. So hopefully this Dart Monkey ends up doing pretty well. Now the next thing we want to do, obviously we want to grab our farms. I'm going to try to grab as many farms as we possibly can. So we'll start off with one farm up here, and then we'll probably try to grab as many 200 farms as we possibly can before we need to grab like a second tower to go ahead and make sure that we have enough defense to pretty much deal with all of the beginning balloons. So now that we have our Dart Monkey upgrade, the next thing we want to do is we want to grab a bunch of farms. Now I'm not going to reforge my farms because like I think that'd be a little bit too overpowered. I know the Dart Monkey is pretty overpowered to begin with to give it +1 damage and +2 pierce, but that's as far as I'm going to go with it. So I'm not exactly sure, but I think we're making more money than we usually do in normal game modes. I mean, this is on hard mode, and round 10 we already have a farm upgrade to a 200 as well as another farm upgrade to a 100. So I'm not exactly sure, but it does seem like we're making more money in this game mode, even though it's on hard mode. All right, so it looks like we're definitely going to have to increase our defense here in just a second, but I want to get this greater production first. We'll eat a couple more lives. It's not that big a deal. So in order to give ourselves a little bit more of a defense, let's go ahead and upgrade this demonic Dart Monkey up to very quick shots, and we'll grab a longer range as well. And hopefully this is enough to get us a couple more farms on the screen. But guys, I really can't put my finger on it. I know we started off with our Benjamin, but starting off with the Benjamin, does that really make that much of a difference to get us 3 banana farms by round 14? All right, so let's go ahead and grab ourselves a little bit more of a defense. Let's go ahead and grab ourselves a crossbow because these balloons are a little bit more intense than I would like them to be, but if we grab a crossbow, we should be good to go. So because it seems like we're making more money in this game mode, I'm going to go to my old style of, oh, whoa, we have lead balloons on round 20. Okay, so this is definitely a little bit different. Let's go ahead and buy ourselves a lead to gold. All right, so lead to gold, there we go. I'm just going to go ahead and keep the lead to gold because the fact that we got lead balloons on round 20 is kind of weird. Okay, so now that we have a 6 bit, oh yeah, so we have more lead balloons on round 23. So I'm definitely glad I ended up grabbing the lead to gold. Oh, dude, the marketplace is $3,130. Oh, dude, I should have went with a monkey village, but at the same time, whatever. We'll just go ahead and make it with this. Yes, so round 31, we have 6 marketplaces. So I can definitely confirm that we're making more money in this game mode because on a normal boss event, there's no way that we would have 6 marketplaces as well as almost have a balloon trap by round 32. That's just a little bit too much money, especially since this is on hard mode. So I'm not exactly sure if it's the way that they program this game mode to be, or if it's because there's more balloons than there normally is. All right, so now the question is, what kind of defense do we want to go for? I think I want to go with sticky bombs because, I mean, sticky bombs can pretty much deal with every type of boss. So I think going with sticky bombs, and then we might grab ourselves an elite defender as well, because I know an elite defender is really, really good against like tier 1 bosses too, and it's pretty good against pretty much all tiers of bosses. Okay, so in order to make sure that we get a little bit of a discount on our towers, let's go ahead. We'll place ourselves a monkey village here. Upgrade this monkey village up to monkey business, monkey commerce. Then we'll grab ourselves a second village, place it right here, and then we'll upgrade it to the same exact pathway. Then we'll go ahead and upgrade this one up to bigger, bigger radius, and then jungle drums. And then let's go ahead and grab ourselves a couple of sticky bombs. I mean, with $20,000, I think we should be able to grab ourselves like 3 or 4 sticky bombs, and this should be enough to deal with the tier 1 bosses, no matter how many of them pop out. All right, so that's 3 sticky bombs. Now the next thing I want to do, like I was saying, I want to go with an elite defender because an elite defender works against a lot of different bosses and stuff. All right, so we'll do the full auto rifle. Now I don't know if phaze pops out with this boss rush. So all right, so there's Bloonarius. Is this only Bloonarius that we have to deal with? If it's only Bloonarius, we need to grab ourselves some more glaives. That way we can deal with the ceramic balloons that pop out of the boss. Okay, so maybe the boss rush, it really isn't that hard. Like, is it gonna be like a hodgepodge of a bunch of different types of bosses? I'll just go and grab primary training. If this is just like the normal bosses, then like, I don't know why we're making so much money. Okay, so maybe my information I got was wrong. I just grab, oh, there we go. Okay, so now we're dealing with the Bloonarius and the Lych. So I guess they just pop out in regular intervals. So the fact that we have to deal with the the Bloonarius as well as the Lych boss, I definitely want to grab myself another more glaives to make sure that we can deal with ceramic balloons. And then we need to grab ourselves the elite defender. That way, oops. Okay, so let's pop this over to targeting strong. That way we can deal with the ether balloon that pops out of the Lych boss. Oh, and there's the Vortex. So, oh, a new boss pops out every round. Okay, so that makes a little bit more sense. So that means the next boss that's gonna pop out is going to, oh no, all of my powers are about to get stunned. We're in trouble. Let me see here. Let's go ahead and grab ourselves like a ninja monkey in the very back here. We'll do Bloon Jitsu. Okay, so I don't think we're gonna be able to grab ourselves the elite defender. Especially, okay, so the Lych boss is down. Now we just have to deal with the Vortex, but all of my balloons are gonna be getting stunned from the Vortex. So let's grab ourselves the Bloon Jitsu ninja monkey in the very back here. And now hopefully we can deal with the rest of these balloons. So I wanted to start going for my banana research facility. So I think I'm going to do that now. I think the towers that we have should be able to deal with the rest of these balloons without needing the elite defender. So let's just go ahead and play it out like this. Okay, so on top of this, we're also probably going to need the elite defender. I know I said we weren't going to need it, but I think we will need it in order to deal with these rock balloons. Because once the boss becomes immune to magic towers, then the only towers that we're going to be able to deal with rock balloons is our sniper monkey. All right, so yeah, let's sell these. Let's grab the elite defender, and then we'll start saving up for our banana research facility. Okay, so this is pretty interesting. So we have to deal with, well, I take it we only have to deal with the first couple of bosses. I don't think we have to deal with the phaze boss because I think that was going to be the last boss. So it looks like we don't have to deal with the phaze boss, which is actually really good for us. All right, so the next thing I want to do is go ahead and buy ourselves a flavored trades, and then let's sell all of this. We'll grab ourselves the ninja monkey. We'll upgrade it up to Bloon Jitsu. We'll grab ourselves an alchemist, and then we'll buff up our boys with an alchemist. We'll sell this. We'll sell both of these. Oh, dude, before I sold that, I should have bought the engineer monkey, but it's fine. Let's start overclocking our banana research facility and hopefully make a bunch more money. And then let's also sell this to buy ourselves another BRF. There we go. I think we're in a pretty solid position for right now. So this is definitely a pretty interesting game mode. I know we don't have to deal with all of the bosses, but it's still a pretty big challenge, right? Because I mean, we have to deal with all of the bosses from Bloonarius up to the Dreadbloon. Luckily, we don't have to deal with phaze, because if we had to deal with phaze, it would have been a lot harder. But then again, it may not have been too hard because I mean, we had the sticky bomb ninjas, so maybe we could have been able to deal with all of the bosses. So maybe this is similar to the modded video I did a little while ago, where we ended up playing against all of the bosses on the longest map, except that game mode, all of the bosses were elite. So I think this one is definitely a lot easier than that one. So I guess it's not that bad. I mean, even though this game mode is on hard mode, the amount of money that you make from all these balloons is ridiculous. All right, so round 57, we're gonna go ahead and stop farming. I probably should stop farming a while ago, but I mean, oh well, we just have to make do with what we've done already. All right, so the first thing we're gonna end up doing, let's buy ourselves a monkey business, monkey commerce. Let's buy ourselves a jungle drum. We'll grab ourselves a second monkey village, then we'll do the same thing. And then with this monkey village, we'll grab our, oh my goodness, I probably should turn off my auto start. Whatever, we need to grab ourselves some mad as soon as possible. So let's sell our ninja monkey. Let's sell our lead to gold. Let's sell Bloon Jitsu. Let's sell the alchemist. Man, I really didn't want to sell any of my towers, or my banana farms, but I think I'm gonna have to. All right, so far so good. We almost have enough money for our mad. Then let's actually sell one of our banana farms. I didn't want to do it, but we really don't have too much of a choice because we're gonna have to grab ourselves a couple more glaives in order to deal with the ceramic balloons. All right, there we go. And now that we've done that, the next thing I want to do is I want to grab myself Avatar of Wrath. With this Avatar of Wrath, we'll place it right here, and then we'll play through it. I think we should be good to deal with the first couple of bosses. And then once we get our Avatar of Wrath, hopefully we can afford to buy our Avatar of Wrath before the Dreadbloon pops on the screen, because the only boss I'm really worried about is Dreadbloon. Obviously, because we're not going to be able to solo the Dreadbloon with just the mad. All right, there we go. And now round 63 is coming up here in a second, but we really don't need to worry too much about round 63 because we have 2 more glaives, but we definitely need the Avatar of Wrath. And on top of that, we're also going to need an MIB as well. That way our Avatar of Wrath can pop the Dreadbloon. All right, so after we get the MIB, we'll go ahead and buff up our Avatar of Wrath with the Populus. There's the MIB. Now we need more Populus. So let's grab ourselves more Populus. And then after we grab ourselves more Populus, we'll go ahead and grab ourselves our Banana Central. next. All right, there we go. We have the 5 times Populus boost. So let's go ahead and start buying ourselves more BRFs. All right, so that was the last boss to deal with. Let's go ahead and we'll sell our Mad. We'll grab ourselves a Dart Monkey. We'll upgrade this Dart Monkey up to a Crossbow Master. Then let's sell everything like this. We will then buy ourselves the Banana Central, and now we have Banana Central. Start going for more BRF. All right, dude, so I'm going to be playing this out a little bit differently because we're on round 75, and we pretty much have like 90% of the screen filled up with the BRFs. So now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to start going for our Apex Plasma Master. So the first thing we need to do is obviously we need to grab a bunch more Crossbow Masters, or not Crossbow Masters, but a bunch more Dart Monkeys. And then we'll go ahead and place the Dart Monkeys right here. We'll grab the Plasma Monkey Fan Club, and now we need $351,000 in order to get the Apex. Now, ideally, I don't have to sell any of my farms in order to get the Apex. So we're going to go ahead and play it out, even if we have to wait a couple of rounds in order to get the Apex. I mean, the first boss is going to be Bloonarius, so it shouldn't be too hard for us to actually deal with. All right, so here we are with the first boss. So like I said, we're going to go ahead and play this out. Yeah, we should be able to get the money in order to get the Apex. I'm not too worried about how far the boss makes it because we're playing on Cubism, and this is a relatively long map. All right, so there's the Lich boss. Now, once we get the Apex, there we go. There's our Apex. Now that we have our Apex, we don't need to worry about the Lich boss or Bloonarius. So the next thing I want to do is I actually want to grab the Ray of Doom, because the Ray of Doom will actually be able to hit the Vortex boss once the Vortex boss pops on the screen, because he'll be able to shoot straight through all the bosses. And that's kind of why I wanted to go for the Ray of Doom opposed to going for the Mad, because I don't need to worry about the, oh my goodness, oh buddy. Okay, so I messed up a little bit. We need to hurry up and buy ourselves a Glaive Lord in the very back of the map. So I think it's this button, and there's Glaive Lord. Okay, so it's not exactly how things were supposed to go, but we went ahead and grabbed the Glaive Lord in the back of the map. We ended up losing a few lives, but it's all right. Okay, so there's our Ray of Doom. Okay, so now that we have our Ray of Doom, I'm not going to worry about anything else because our Ray of Doom as well as our Apex should be able to deal with all the remaining bosses. So another thing I really want to do is I want to grab my Ultra Boost. Now, one thing that I noticed with this game mode is it seems like the Lich boss really isn't affected too much by like buffing towers. Now, I haven't tested out with the Alchemist yet, but it doesn't seem like the Lich boss gets any stronger when I have my overclock on the screen. So we'll go ahead and keep the Ultra Boost, and we're not going to worry about like whether or not it busts the Lich boss. I mean, even if it does, it's not going to make a massive difference because of how much money we have. I mean, we're on round 888. We have pretty much the entire map covered with the banana farms. We have the Ray of Doom, and we're also going to buy the Mad here in a second as well. And then I also need to grab myself another paragon for the next tier. And I think for the next tier, I'm going to end up going with the Ascended Shadow, because the Ascended Shadow is a pretty solid paragon for tier 3 bosses. So round 96, we have everything prepped for the Ascended Shadow. All right, so round 98, let's go ahead and get the Ascended Shadow. Paragon degree 30, and nice. So now that we have the Ascended Shadow, I think this should be enough to deal with this round of bosses. The only thing I'm worried about is, of course, the Vortex stunning our Ascended Shadow and our Apex. But I mean, look at how fast we're shredding these bosses, dudes. That's a little bit ridiculous. All right, and because, you know what? Because we have all of the Darling Gunners, let's also grab ourselves like not the Ray of Mad. Let's grab ourselves the Balloon Exclusion Zone to go ahead and have all 3 of the Darling Gunners on the screen. Okay, so it's looking like our Paragons are getting stunned from Vortex, which is really good for us. On top of that, I'm also gonna have to grab a MIB, so our Balloon Exclusion Zone can deal with the Dreadbloon. There we go. There is, I didn't mean to go that hard, but oh well, whatever. Next thing I want to do, let's go ahead and grab ourselves the Druid Monkey. And then we'll go ahead and grab ourselves an Avatar of Wrath as well. But I mean, we managed to deal with the Dreadbloon before I even saw it. Like, I was hoping that the Avatar of Wrath, or I'd have the Avatar of Wrath down before we deleted the Dreadbloon, but it was instantly dealt with. It didn't even stand a chance, dudes. So I'm not too worried if we're going to be able to deal with the tier 5 bosses, because we have 3 Darling Gunners, all tier 5s. We have the Avatar of Wrath. We have Paragon degree 30 Ascended Shadow. We have degree 32 Apex Plasma Master, and I imagine we'll probably end up grabbing the Goliath Doomship as well as the Magnus Perfectus. But it's going to depend on how much money we have by round 119. Or wait, we're going all the way up until round 30. So do the final bosses appear on round 130? Or what's the deal with this? I'm not exactly sure. I guess we'll find out on round 120. Or do we have to deal with bosses on round 120 and round 130? I'm not exactly sure. It's kind of interesting. Oh, well, I don't care if we have to deal with an elite boss at this point, because we have 2 paragons. We have all the darling gunners. No matter if we have to deal with like tier 5 elites, like there's nothing that these boss players can do that will cause us to lose. Hopefully. Watch, I'm gonna be kicking myself in the face, because next thing you know, we're gonna get all tier 5 elite bosses and we're just gonna get absolutely demolished. So I think what I want to do is we'll turn off our auto start on round 119 to see if we have to deal with the bosses on round 119. Well, on round 120. I mean, we already have more than enough money to get the Goliath Doom ship. We just need a little bit more money in order to get the Magnus Perfectus. And as long as we have both of those, paragons will be good to go. All right, so at the end of round 219, I sold all my farms and we ended up with $2.9 million. So let's go ahead and buy our Goliath Doom ship. All right, so we have our defense set up. We have the Paragon Degree 30 Magnus Perfectus. We have the Paragon Degree 26 Goliath Doom ship. I ended up grabbing these snipers for a little bit of a debuff against the bosses, and I also grabbed a Super Brittle as well. And of course, I grabbed the Glue Storm on top of that. So with all of these defenses, I think we should be good to go against the boss. All right, so the first thing I want to do, I want to go ahead and lower my FX down a little bit, because there's way too much screen spam. I mean, Bloonarius is bad enough, but once you add the projectiles on top of that, that's just a little bit ridiculous. All right, so let's activate Glue Storm. We'll activate all of our abilities. Let's activate the Goliath Doom ship ability as well. And I think, there we go. So that is Bloonarius down. We managed to beat Bloonarius before the Lich boss even popped out. Yeah, so I think we're a little bit too overpowered right now. All right, so here's the Lich boss. Let's go ahead, activate Glue Storm. We'll activate this. Let's also turn our auto start on, and then Homeland Defense. I'm kind of curious like how we're gonna do against the Vortex, because I'm kind of worried that all of our towers are gonna get stunned, except for our Goliath Doom ship, of course. But then again, what if my Goliath Doom ship does get stunned? We actually might be in a little bit of trouble here. Okay, so that is the Lich boss down. It looks like my Magnus, or wait, no, 3 of my Paragons and my Avatar of Wrath ended up getting stunned. But now it seems like we have the Vortex completely dealt with. Okay, so now the only boss we have left to deal with is the Dreadbloon. And I mean, if we were able to deal with all the other bosses, there's no way that we're not gonna be able to deal with the Dreadbloon. All right, so I think we should. There we have it. We officially dealt with all of the bosses for the tier 5. Now, the next thing is on round 130. What are we gonna have to deal with? Let's go ahead and turn our FX back up now that we don't have to worry about too much screen spam, other than like the Magnus Perfectus and the Goliath Doom ship. But this is a tolerable amount of spam. Now we have a little bit more money, so maybe we grab ourselves like a Moab Eliminator to help our towers a little bit. But like I was saying, I'm not too worried, because I mean, we have 4 Paragons and we also have a bunch of tier 5s to help us out as well. I guess we could also grab ourselves like a couple of Ice Monkeys to help us out with a little bit of debuff as well. Let me see. So these stack with this, and I think that should be good. What else can we grab here? I guess we could grab ourselves like a Top Pathway Monkey sub, an Energizer. That way it lowers our cooldowns on our abilities. Round 128, we have 2 rounds left until we have to see what the final bosses for this game mode is going to be. I'm actually going to sell this Ice Monkey here to buy the Energizer, because I mean, we only have 1 round left. I mean, I probably would have made enough money, but I just want to make sure I have the Energizer, because I don't know what we're going to be dealing with. So round 130, what are we going to be dealing with? Hello? Do we have to deal with a boss, or is the boss coming at the end of the round? Like, boss, hello? Are we gonna get all the bosses at the end of the round? Oh, well, I feel dumb. That was really anticlimactic. Okay, so apparently in boss rush, it just goes to round 130, no matter if you defeat the bosses before round 130 or not. But all right, dudes, so that's gonna do it for the video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you guys hit that like button, and I'll see you dudes in the next one.